So you know what? So let me ask you this about that song, and that kind of will bring us to kind of what we're heavy about today: being known for something that people love you for, but also as a human, as I'm saying, I'm growing and discovering new versions of me. I don't, people who talk about who you were last year or 10 years ago or 15 years ago, or the song you released 9 years ago. How does that make you feel? Like, is it a duality of, wow, that's great, I made an impact? Or are you like, yeah, I've made some new songs since then, I have a new hit
It's
song?
exactly
Where are
what you
you with it?
just said. I don't think you knew that you were giving me my answer. It's the
Oh,
duality.
okay.
It's
Yeah.
the duality because I'm like, oh man, that's so amazing. And then it's like, but I have more. And you can literally, I've been on press tours where I'm literally talking about the new song and someone is weeping because why I love you. Your song means so much to me. And it's so funny because it happens so often where I'm thinking, oh wow, they're connecting, and they're like, it's just the song just does so much to me. And so I'm like, oh, you dig it, you dig it. And they're like, yes, every time I just hear that hook, this is why I love. And I'm like, yo,
You're not
that
talking
ain't
about the
right.
song I'm talking
Yeah, yeah,
about.
that ain't even a song. I literally am on a I prayed for you tour, and you talking about why I love you. It's a
So what
blessing
is
and a
that though,
challenge.
right? So you say thank you, or do you
It
say thank
I
you and
say thank
redirect to?
I say thank you. That means a lot. Now I want you to get into this new because I wrote it
Yeah,
for you. And I say it
yeah.
just like that, and they always laugh. Um, but I will say this funny story. I had a show in Los Angeles in the Valley at a place called the Living Room. Shout out to Kelvin Truitt. I hosted an annual event that happens at the end of the year where I bring friends and I'm performing. And my friend says, Halle Berry's coming. And I'm like, Halle
Uh-huh.
Berry, yes, sirree. And so, and that's only because she's a great actress, not because she's
Only
drop dead
because, right.
gorgeous.
Correct.
But anyway, she she comes to the they said Hallie would like to speak to you before the show if that's okay. I'm like, oh no, it's not okay. Bring that girl back here. And of course, my cool was on 100. And this is before marriage, so I can fully say it with my chest. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm trying to be cool or whatever, because this is Hallie. And she says, I just want to say that song is so beautiful. Now this is gonna turn because everybody in the room is thinking what I'm thinking. I said, you know, it's really wild how Why I Love You has moved around and met so many people in the spaces and the phases of their life in such a real personal way. And she says, "Oh, I'm not talking about that one. It's that one's a beautiful song, but your song, Honest, yo, that was my newest song at the time." And she literally spoke about that song as if it was known way more than Why I Love You. And it made me feel, it gave me a boost of, you in it, bro, and you're still
Yeah,
building. You are not your last victory. You are
yeah.
more than that. And then we had a viral moment because when I sang the song, I kid you not, she's singing along. And so, of course, you know me, I have those very spiritual connecting moments. And I walked to her and I sang to her and I talked about how beautiful she was. The moment goes viral when she posted and said, he rearranged my life. He gave me a perspective I didn't consider. Y'all get to know Major. Stop playing with him. So I just said
Okay,
all that
okay.
to
I
say,
love that story, but I got to go back to something you said in it. I got to go back. It
huh,
goes back.
huh,
It proves
huh.
a theory I have. It proves a theory I have.
Okay.
You said, okay, listen, men and women, everybody knows Halle Berry is literally, if not the most beautiful person on the planet. Top two might not be
Yeah.
number two. Okay, all right. But I have a theory that every man thinks he has a shot with the world's most beautiful women, right? So you
It's
had to say,
it
oh,
is.
this was before marriage. like, like that had anything to do with the story. I think
Well,
most men, it's
imagine,
crazy.
imagine with the hottest woman in the world. Listen,
Why do
imagine
y'all think you have an
next to my
opportunity?
wife, next to my wife.
Why do you
Let me
think
make
that?
sure
I don't have a theory that all men, they'll be like, man, if Jay-Z wasn't there, you still wouldn't be there. Stop it. Cut
you
it
would
out.
be with
You're
me.
ridiculous.
But
You're
but let
ridiculous.
me tell you, Hallie's new guy, he's not an ugly dude, but you wouldn't just say, oh, they would, I can see, yeah, match them up. You
I
wouldn't
can
think that.
see them. I see them. I actually see them, and they're very similar. I think they have very similar aesthetics and background and energy and vibe and aura. So, and
They
and
don't,
not
he
him
don't
being
glow,
a
he don't
singer,
glow like no, he don't glow
not
like
him
no
being a
Halle
singer.
Berry.
What?
No,
She would have taken us. She would have gotten with a singer, Major. That's crazy.
all I'm saying is
All I'm saying
I
is,
could have been
it's
reckless
amazing how
with that moment.
delusion is
I could have
universal.
been reckless with that moment, and I may have been
Delusion is
Mr. I
universal.
may have been Mr. Berry. Why? Because I would take her. She's that fine. I take her last name.
And you see how he's thought about this. He's thought
Okay,
about
let
this
me stop.
before.
Let me stop. Let me stop. Because I
Delusion.
love my wife. My wife is
I know you
perfect
love
for
your wife, and
me.
she's somewhere laughing at you as well. But I
Nah,
promise you,
but that
every man, for the world's most beautiful women, every man on earth thinks that they would have had a shot outside of certain parameters. And it's like, sir,
nah.
calm
I
down,
don't think
relax.
every man thinks that like that. I think they may say it, but they don't all think it. But I'll tell you, not many people get an assist with having a hit song that
True, true.
rearranges her
You
life
had an
though.
assist. Hey, look, you had an assist and still missed the shot. So
No, I had an assist and I was just so overwhelmed with how what just happened that I didn't even
right.
fix my mind in like, yo, but
Yeah.
also at the end of the day,
Ridiculous things.
I'm not trying to be with the Halle Berry because
I
you know
understand.
she had kids at the time. I wasn't
I
trying to
understand.
like,
There were
you
things
know,
that took off from
yeah,
you
yeah,
and
yeah,
Halle.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it just
There were
wouldn't work
negative
out.
things. There were flaws. There were red flags. Okay. Again, whatever you got to do to go to sleep at night, my
Halle
friend.
Berry is the best, and
Yeah.
it was an honor. But I said all that to say I got more music than what I love you. And
Yes, you
speaking
do.
of, I prayed for you is that new. We got the drum major remix that's out right now. I'm in the studio right now working on a project called the Hope Dealer Sessions, and I'm telling you, you're gonna be so proud of me, Eunice. Not that you
More
aren't
so.
already,
More so.
because you often
Yes.
speak to that.
Yes.
But you would be proud of me. But I do want to get to something because I want to go ahead and say it so that we can release it into the space, and it's not just like this weight that we don't address. Our dear brother, our dear brother Malcolm Jamal Warner has made his earthly transition to heaven as of today, and it's a heavy loss. It's a heavy loss for all of us that were acquainted with him by way of the Cosby Show. Even if it just stops there, it's heavy because of what he represented, what he meant to us in being represented as African Americans, and finding himself and finding life, and what that meant to the culture. But further, we've been blessed, Eunice and myself, to have had moments with him, and and it's heavy. This is heavy. He died by way of, as said, as reported, by way of a drowning in Costa Rica. And man,
When I find myself feeling obvious sadness, Um, and I think a lot more of my sadness is, it's a collective sadness because all of us loved him for different reasons and so much. I think of all the people that we saw loved him. Though my heart is
yeah,
breaking for those people that I know had these relationships with him and stories with him and friendships with him and family with him. My heart breaks for them. Um, he was the coolest guy on the planet for a very long time.
That brother's
Like
cool.
the coolest
Yeah,
kid you had ever met, and we got to be a part of that fictitious family that informed so many real lives. And yeah, it's heartbreaking, it's jarring, it's sobering, it's all the things. I have not been able to consume like any kind of tributes, or I've seen people, a lot of people sharing clips. Haven't been able to look at it just yet. I'm still a little very tender about it. But we were talking about, influence and legacy in our own lives and for people that we don't know or we feel like we know. And that's the dream, right? That you leave an influence positive, that you leave some type legacy. And so in moments like this, you just say job well done,
yeah.
uh, to Malcolm Jamal
Job
Warner.
well done. That is so fitting. So let's just take a moment to honor him, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Malcolm Jamal Warner, born August 18th, 1970, made his transition July 20th, 2025, at just 54 years strong. What a beautiful legacy. What a beautiful soul. Rest in power, King. Rest in power.
Now, Major, what's horrible is horrible and beautiful at the same time is if you live, this is part of your life, right? If you live, this is a part of your life.
That's
And
it.
so we know this. We know this is an inevitable. This is how the story goes. This is how the story is written. And I think so many of us don't necessarily take full advantage of the story we write each day, right? We
Yeah,
think milestones and moments and vacations and this event and this show as a moment, but each day is a page in our story. And it would just be a
absolutely.
shame to have a blank page just because it was a Wednesday. So I
That's
want
right.
everybody to think about writing your story every day, whatever it is,
Every day.
every
And
day.
making room for the evolution of your new
Mm-hmm.
self, the becoming of you. The becoming of legacy is written daily, daily. Every moment you choose to breathe, every moment you choose to give the next moment your best,